crossover live to Abuja, the nation's capital, as we speak with Austin Iwar, a retired Assistant Inspector General of Police. Mr. Austin, thank you so much for agreeing to speak with Galaxy TV. If you can hear me loud and clear. Well, interestingly, you are part of the system, though you are retired now, but at least you were once a police officer. Give us a feel about what plays on in the head and mind of an average policeman in this country.
Well, what plays out in the head of an average policeman is to work to the best of his ability, serve his country in accordance with the law and in accordance with the objectives of the organization. And that is what plays in everybody's head.
Well, AIG, I'm afraid I didn't really hear your introductory comment just for a moment. We lost you for a moment, but maybe we should talk about some other things as regards the police force which you were a part of. It appears that well, the federal government has listened. It's been disbanded, and then they came up with a SWAT, which has not been received on the parts of the protesters and all of that. But talk us through what you think are the fundamental issues really with the Nigeria police force.
Well, the fundamental issues have always been with us, and over the years this has been a subject of discourse, a subject of documentaries by television shown, organizations exhibiting on exposing the dysfunctional environment in which the police find themselves. And so it has been very, very difficult for the police officer to provide all that he needs to provide and to do his job in accordance with the law, especially where you find a situation where it is difficult for him to serve because of lack of resources, lack of facilities, lack of training, and generally the environment dehumanizes him. The environment abuses his human rights. And so what we are experiencing today on the streets is a manifestation of long years of neglect of the police. And if I understand what the young people are saying, they want a functional police that respects their rights, that is committed to work, that has integrity.
Well, AIG, I thought you'd probably tell us more about some of those fundamental issues. I mean, we've talked about neglect, the fact that the force, it appears it's been neglected for a while now. But let me also even ask this question. I mean, between the police and the federal government, I mean, who do we really hold responsible for some of these issues in the system?
The police is an organization that belongs to the federal government. It is an employee of the federal government. And so the federal government ought to take care of all the needs of the police and put it in a position where they can serve the country better. Of course, there are internal issues, but those internal issues are a reflection of how the government takes the police.
AIG Austin Iwar, would like you to hang on, stay with us. We'll just take a very short break. We'll come back and continue our conversation with you as we look at the hashtag #EndSARS protests across many parts of the country here in Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
anything. What you've done is to show peacefully that certain policies of government and brutalization coming from the Nigerian police force. I can tell you that we as leaders, we have to be more. We have to provide all of this process is not just about SARS.
We are here to say and to put an end to police brutality.
Yes.
To put an end to police harassment.
Yes.
Why will the police be shooting on armed citizens? Why will I see a policeman and be thinking, okay, if I don't have 1,000 naira change to give him, wahala go day. For my papa country, they marred.
Yes, so
I'm not end police brutality.
What are you saying now?
We want them to end SARS. We are suffering with the youth of Nigeria. To be dissolved. Yes, we want to work freely and not be scared. We want to earn our money and want to earn it and be able to show that yes, we earn our money without being scared about being brutalized or being exploited for it.
I'm the only media man, I don't boy. I know many of my brothers, they do legit business. How many don't just see we iPhone? Which level now? Which level? We be you too. iPhone not be gone. I don't shoot you. iPhone not be gone. As I come now, I get alright. iPhone not be gone. They should end SARS, end SARS.
Youth and still of Nigeria, so we are not secured and we need to end SARS. Even though it's not affecting us here directly in the north, we know it's affecting our brothers in the south, and we are all Nigerians.
Welcome back. You're watching Firecrackers, and we are live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. Technology, property, and as well as intellectual property and technology lawyer is here with me. He would probably get to explain what that means in just a moment. But let's cross over live again to Abuja and continue our conversation with Assistant Inspector General of Police, retired Austin Iwar. AIG, thank you so much for staying with us. We'd like you to react to something that played out well in the course of last week. The Northern Governors Forum, they say they absolutely do not have any objection to SARS. Why is that so?
Well, I don't know why the governors say that, but my thoughts are that they felt that SARS is a necessary arm of the police, that was set up to fight high-level crimes and violence. And I think what they are saying is that instead of banning SARS, you should restructure SARS and reorganize it, and maybe do away with the current people there, bring in new set of officers, create new framework, create new objectives, new training programs, and then you will get the SARS that you want.
All right, so as we round off our conversation with you now, AIG, what are your suggestions to the Nigeria Police Force, especially the IGP, who has come under fire for a while now? People have even said in developed countries the IGP probably should have resigned.
Well, I cannot speak. I cannot speak for the IGP whether he should have resigned or not. This is Nigeria. We do our own things in our own way. We don't have to copy other countries. But what I can say is that this protest provides us with an opportunity to look at the police in wider perspective, deeply look at the problems the police are facing, and also profile solutions. I think that if I was to advise the Inspector General of Police, I would say that this is the time to focus on police stations, because the police stations are the primary providers of service. So it is because of the long neglect of the police station that we find ourselves creating task forces like the IRT and the SARS. So let's go back and focus on police stations, because crime is local. Police stations deal with local crimes. I can tell you that most of the problems the Inspector General of Police faces every day are issues that emanate from local policing issues. So let us strengthen police stations. The more you strengthen police stations, the more you give them more focus, the more you train the officers there, the less you will have high serious crimes that are there. And moreover, community policing is around. So community policing should be the foundation of building the kind of police we need, and building police stations that will deliver services.
AIG Austin Iwar, would like to thank you so much for your time and your insight. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with Galaxy TV.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching Firecrackers, and of course we are staying with the issue of the endless #EndSARS protest here in Nigeria.